Good morning, everyone. This is Sachin Fiske from Electrical Engineering Department, SND College of Engineering and Research Center. Today, we are discussing about the traffic signal control by using PLC. The scope of this is to present an initial step in the implementation of a traffic signal control system by using PLC and SCADA. The SCADA with the PLC logic ladder is used for monitoring the system and helps in improving the public transport service that also improves the traffic guidance. The system developed by setting the appropriate duration for the traffic signal to react accordingly. The critical timing operation is required to be carried out under the existence of the heavy traffic conditions. The system for traffic control system must be contained at a low power consumption, low project cost, then increases safety. The PLC checks that status of the sensor and the system resolution is depend on the output provided by the sensor. Then the PLC checks the priorities and then provide the output signal to the traffic light pole on for on and off for red, yellow, and green light, and on time is dependent on the specific priorities. New timing scheme that was implemented promises in improvement in the current traffic light system, and this system is feasible, affordable, and ready to be implemented, especially during the peak hour, off hours, and pedestrians. The PLC checks the status of the sensor. The system resolution is dependent on the output provided by the sensor. Then PLC checks the priorities and then provide output signal to the traffic light poles for on off the red, yellow, and green light, and on time is dependent on the specific priority. The roads are opened in that manner that the east road, west road, north road, and then the south road is open. This traffic load is highly dependent on the parameters such as time, day, session, weather, unpredictable situations such as accidents, special events, or construction activities. If these parameters are not taken into account, the traffic control system will create a bottleneck and delay. A traffic control system that solves this problem by continuously sensing and monitoring the traffic conditions and adjusting the time of the traffic light according to the condition that is uh, conditions according to the actual traffic load is called as intelligent traffic control system. Traffic signals have a strength and weaknesses that must be considered when deciding whether to install them. Signal intersection can reduce the delay for the side road traffic and reduce the occurrence of collision by turning the traffic and cross traffic, but they may also cause a delay for traffic on the main road and often increases a rear end collision by up to 50%. Since right angle and turn against the traffic collision are more likely to result in injuries. This is often an acceptable trade-off. A variety of different control systems are used to accomplish this, ranging from simple clock mechanisms to sophisticated computerized network and coordination systems that self-adjust to minimize the delay to people using the road. We need to understand the function of the traffic signals so that we can improve our driving habits by controlling the speed in order to reduce the number of associated traffic accidents. The more number of the driver who knows about the operation of the traffic signal, the less frustrated they are going to be while waiting for the light to change. The main aim is designing and developing of the intelligent traffic signal simulator is to the reduce the time waiting time of each lane of the car and also to maximize the total number of the cars that can be crossed the intersection given the mathematical function to calculate the waiting time. The intelligent traffic signal control system consists of three important parts. The first part is the PLC controller and second part is the hardware. This usually comprises of the red, yellow and green light. The third part is the sensor. The sensor checks the presence of the vehicle. The timers are, are an electronic devices used to provide the time delay at different conditions and simulator. Range of the timer in Logix Pro varies from 0 to 255 in accordance with the PLC. There are three types of the timer: on delay timer, off delay timer, pulse timer, and pulse extended timer. What is counter? The counter are the electronic devices used for counting the positive as well as negative transitions 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. There are three types of the counter: up counter, down counter, and up down counters. Up counter. It is an electronic device which is used to count only the positive transitions. To make it excited, we will provide the interrupted supply to its input terminal. After achieving the preset value, it will come excited. To make it normal, we provide the continuous supply to its reset supply. It is an electronic device used to count only the negative transition. To make it excited, it will be provided or interrupted power supply to its input terminal. After achieving the reset value, it gets excited. The PLC operates by continuously scanning and program acting upon the instruction at a time to switch on or off the various outputs. In order to do this, PLC first scan all the input and store their status in the memory. Then it carries out the program scan and decides which output should be high according to the program logic. Ladder logic is a graphical programming language initially programmed with the simple contact that simulates the opening and closing of the relay. This ladder logic program has been in expanded to include functions such as counter timer, shift registers, and math operation. This ladder logic is a method of drawing electrical logic schematics. It is now a graphical language very popular for programming language. The traffic signal helps to control the flow of the vehicle, pedestrians, and bicycle by giving a right of way to the various movement in an orderly manner. Signals that are properly located, designed, and maintained can provide the orderly movement of the traffic, then improve the capacity of the intersection. It reduces the frequency and sensitivity of certain types of the crashes, especially right angle collision. It provides for continuous movement of traffic at a finite speed along a given route and interrupts the heavy traffic at interval to permit other vehicles or pedestrians to cross. It's a basic programming language. Here, some NO and NC contact will be used. Here, up counter or down counter can be used. Basically, counter up and counter down can be used for moving the vehicle or stopping the vehicle. Some limit switches are also used to stop the vehicle in accordance with the circuit diagram. When the red switch red when the limit rate is activated, generally the vehicle are get to be stopped.